Okay, here's all the cards. 6-deck blackjack, dealer stands on all 17s, no surrender. Blackjack pays 3-2. Going to test what I'm going to call the Chuck Temple system against flat betting. Chuck Temple is if you look for blackjack strategies on YouTube here, you find several different things. Hopefully you'll find some of my videos. Maybe that's how you found us. But Chuck Temple's video will show up in the upper portions of your results. If you haven't seen it yet, you can search for it. I'll put a link in the description. Anyways, well, first let me say I don't know Chuck. I've never spoken with him. He seems like a good guy. And anyways, he's come up with a system that he put on. He describes on YouTube on his channel. So we're gonna test it out. I would call it like, I guess, a hybrid system. It's neither. Well, it is, or not neither. It is both a negative progressive and a bit of a positive progressive type of system. He has a little flow chart that he has in his video. I've replicated that. I'm going to put it up here in just a second. And then he goes through and talks through it. Now, I also, here's the flow chart. And by the way, I think you can see this bright light here. This is something you rarely see in casinos. It's called sunlight. Okay. Anyways, here's the Chuck Temple flow chart. I will bring it out and talk about it later as we're using it. Look, I also have some notes. My notes are that something that he doesn't say, so I have to assume that we're going to play by perfect basic strategy. He doesn't say it. I mean, is there really any other way to play? Well, of course there is. Is it wise to play in any other way? Probably not. So anyways, we're going to play by perfect basic strategy. In my notes, he mentions that it's important to have discipline. That once you get up by some predetermined amount, that it's a good idea to leave the table. And he's probably right. I would agree. However, we're not going to do that here. We're going to run our full six deck shoe. So he's saying that once you're up by 19 times your base bet, that you should leave. So for us, that's 19 units. If you're playing at, say, a $10 table, that's $190. He says about $200 in his video. And he also says that once you get down 26 to 29 times your base bet, there's a good time to also stop. That he says that you're on a losing streak. The quote, the dealer has your number, which that sounds, Chuck, sorry, but it sounds a little superstitious. But I get it. Things aren't going well. Cut your losses and run. Again, of course, we're not going to do that. We start with 50 units. We're going to play that whole 50 units. And if you bust out, we'll do what we've done before, and we'll give you a marker and let you start over with a fresh stack of 50. Talking about the 6 decks, he does say that your better odds are at single deck. You get slightly worse odds at double deck, and the worst odds are multi-shoe decks, like we're playing here, anywhere from 4 to 8. according to the Wizard of Odds and the strategy that they present there, or that he presents there, there should be no real statistical difference as long as you adjust your basic strategy for the number of decks in your shoe. So we're gonna play multi-deck like we always do. Okay. Hopefully you've taken the time to watch his video by now. If not, you know, you can just listen to me, or you can go check it out. He makes some there, Chuck. If you happen to be watching this, there's either some math errors in your in your video, or something that I'm just not understanding. I watched it several times, and there's some conflicting advice what to do after 4 consecutive losses. And some of this is mentioned in the comments on that video. I don't think it's addressed, but what I did, when I bring the flow chart back out, is I did my best to interpret the meaning, the intention of what this system is. So I will go through that as we get there. And he also mentions, you know, he has some cards and some chips there, and he's just kind of saying, if this happens, you do this, and if that and this, and things will work out. And I'm sorry, but you know, you hear that a lot. This is just a cover card. You hear that a lot in blackjack strategies or betting strategies where they're trying to sell you something. You know, to Chuck's credit, I don't feel like he's trying to sell us anything. I mean, sure, he's trying to, you know, he's not saying go to my website and pay this money. He's just trying to share his approach. But he mentions, like, you know, oh, and you'll, all of this is worked out in our spreadsheet, that, you know, even though you're down, you'll make it back. But he doesn't show the spreadsheet. I didn't see a link to the spreadsheet. I didn't see anything like that. And, you know, so this is, as you all know, our realish test of any system. You know, these are real cards, real shuffling. That's why I show you the whole thing. Player cutting the deck, and, you know, whatever penetration this is, it's 80-ish%. Get in there, and that generally gives us, well, that's always given us at least 45 hands out of a 6-deck shoe. So no reason to not expect that. So as you know, regular viewers, we keep track of all the hands we do. All right. Each system begins with 50 units, which are here. We have Chuck Temple over here. We have the flat better over here. Not sure if those are in view. Hopefully they are. Okay, so yeah, so just a little bit about my notes while I'm finishing getting set up is, you know, and again, Chuck, if you're watching this, hey, you know, props to you for trying to come up with something and being willing to share it with everybody. The thing is, I think if you want to put something out there, especially gambling related, statistics related, whatever, you got to have your numbers right. You know, math is not that hard with calculators and things like that. So, all right, I'm just going to go over this really quick. Chuck presents everything if you're playing at a $10 table. So he's talking about, you know, his chart or his flow chart will show like a 10 as your start. As you all know, we do things here by units. So we're going to go by 1 unit is your base bet. That's right here. This is your losing path in red. This is your winning path in green. So let's start with winning. The half that makes it positive progresses. If you win, you bet the same amount again. So we're going to have to keep track of how many consecutive wins we've had. If you win that, you then increase to what he says 15, or for us will be 1.5. That's not hard. We have we use a coin, a quarter, to indicate a half of a unit. Most of you have seen that. And then if you win that, you go back to a unit of 1 to 1.5, back and forth. This is just bouncing back and forth on your winning streak. Okay? That part's easy. If you lose, you increase, and any time you lose from starting at your base bet or while you're in your winning streak, you immediately go to 2.2, or as he says, 22 units. But for us, again, just, it's like metrics. We just added a decimal. Go to 2.2 units. We are going to use dimes to indicate a tenth of a unit, because a dime is a tenth. I also have some nickels, which will be a 20th of a unit, just like a nickel is a 20th of a dollar. I still have pennies to be quarter units. So trying to stay consistent. Yeah, I know it's a little bit weird, and I hope I have enough coins. Who has coins anymore? So I have a few. We should be able to make it work out. Might need to do a little coloring back and forth. Okay, so any loss in here, you're going to 2.2. You lose and then you win, you're going back to your base unit of 1. Okay, that's a typical negative progression, right? Once you're in it and you win it and you close it out, you start over. Okay, what's kind of different here is instead of on a positive progressive, on a loss, instead of going back to your base, you're jumping over here. Okay, if you lose the 2.2, you increase that to a 4.4. Of course, if you win that, you head back up to the top. If you lose the 4.4, you advance down, or decline, whichever it is, down to the 9.6. Now this is, and again, if you win, you get to go to the top. And this is where he has conflicting information. He says either you go up to 192, or for us 19.2, or you go over here and you return on the loss there to a base unit wager of 1. So Chuck should really clarify that. I tried to figure it out. I couldn't make real sense of it. Now you could go to the 192 or the 19.2 before you went into this. That could be your choice. I would be inclined not to do that. You're going kind of martingale here and getting into very large wagers, which is just going to eat down your stack, etc. So when you're at that base bet, after your fourth loss and you go into here, the reason this loops around is you keep betting one unit over and over and over and over and over, losing until you win. Then when you win, you add up what your CLB, oh shoot, I forget what he called it, CLB. Anyways, your cumulative loss bet, something like that. Anyways, it's whatever, I don't think that's the word he used, but it's your running loss total for this sequence. So let's just say you went 2.2 plus 4.4 plus 9.6 is 6.6, 7.2, I think it's 172, right? And then plus 1 is 17.2 for us, plus 1 is 18.2. So whenever it is that you finally win this, I guess that you would have won whatever. You got to figure out whatever your loss column is, and then you take 40% of that. And if you win, then good, you're finally out of it. If you lose, you keep going here in a circle, 40%, 40%, 40%. Now I think he said something like you can lose 40% of the CLB like 3 times, yet still manage to claw your way back. Now, so we're gonna we'll try to find out. We'll see if we get there. Now, one thing that Chuck is saying is that if you lose, that the odds of you losing more than 4 in a row are very slim. So you get down here, don't worry, you're going to win. No, Chuck, this is where I actually have to disagree with you. Nothing says you're going to win. We've seen that many times. We regularly go out past 4 consecutive losses, going out a dozen losses. I think 13 losses. I think we had one time. Yeah, so I can't go with that, and you'll hear that in other systems too. That you're not going to lose 6 times in a row. Yes, you are. You definitely are. Will it wipe out the gains that you make from the system? I don't know. That's what we're trying to find out. Okay. Hope that makes sense. I guess I do have the basic strategy here ready to go. I guess I should have a calculator. I'm going to have to keep a loss column like I would do with some of the other systems, like, was it Stern? Okay, is that enough? I got this on the side. I'll pull it out occasionally. I wanted to explain it, especially since this is the first shoe. I probably won't talk about it as much going forward because I'll just send people back to here if they want to learn about it. All right, so thank you for your patience. And so yeah, Daniel Potts, you wanted to know which one was next. It is going to be Chuck Temple. Got it? All right, here we go. Burning a card. And how about everybody puts out their initial opening wager? Okay, 1 unit. All right, 15 stands. 11, 16, too many. Okay, so I'm going to pay you with 2 half units for the Chuck Temple so that you can be ready to start increasing. Hopefully you get on a winning streak. Now, I'm going to put that up there like I've done before as a marker to help me remember that, just like we're doing in the 1 half up system. So let me just very quickly see. 1, repeat the bet. Insurance closed. Don't have it. 12, 22. Okay, so that goes in your loss column right there. Let me just reveal, get this out of the way. Remember, any of these losses on your winning streak move you over to 2.2. Now, okay, so you don't have a winning streak. I need to change you up to so that you can wager. Okay, so that's a half a unit and 5/10. Okay, I'm gonna put that there, and you're gonna go to 2.2. Okay. Something else Chuck doesn't talk about is, how to treat splits and double downs. I don't think we're going to jump farther down the sequence if you were to lose this double down, which of course this is. So again, we got to put 2.2, single card, 15, 4, 14, 21. Okay. So, like I said, we're not going to jump down. We're just going to go to 4.4. Chuck didn't say what else to do. 4. All right, 0.4. How much? See, that's a half. Yeah, see, I don't have enough dimes. Let's see. That's a quarter. Here we go. So let's see. That's 0.25. This is 0.05. So that's 0.3, 0.4, 0.5. So there's change, and you need to go to 4.4. So 1, 2, No, let's see. That's 2.5, 3, and 4. Ugh. Is there an easy? So you know. Also, I've talked about this when we were doing 1/2 up. How you gonna you can't really do some of this at a $5 table. You can do it a little bit better at a 10. Actually, you could do it at a 10. If you're playing higher, you got to work that out. That's not my job. My job is just to show you what the units are. Okay, so 4.4. There we go. Oops, I forgot to do this the right way. 17 stands. 20. Oh boy. Okay. Well, you see, there's 3 losses in a row. So, according to Chuck, we should win this hand, right? So that is why we're willing to wager 9.6. So that's 5, 4, 9.5, 0.6, or 0.1 is 0.6, okay? 9.6. Okay, here we are, right off the bat. Well, 12 does not win, so you need to hit that. 22, and that down you go. And let me also just quickly say, I actually would like for Chuck to be right and to be his system to be successful. I'd like to, I've said this before. I'd like to believe that there is a way to beat the house using a betting strategy. Do I think that this strategy is rock solid? Honestly, I don't know. But hey, if it works out, I'll admit it. Okay, so from here we go into the circular base bet thing, and we're gonna have to get the calculator out and figure out what this 40% might be. Yeah. Okay, so yeah, so if you're playing this, you probably want to have a small flowchart around and some way to keep track. Okay, this is getting more and more complicated. Pair of 6s against a 4 is a split. Now, the way that we'll do this is if you win one and lose one, it's a push. Sorry, being sloppy here. If you win both, we'll just treat it as a single win. Okay? Do this one first? That doesn't matter, does it? We'll do this one first. 16 stands, this one. 11, double down. Then again, so if you win 2 and lose 1, we'll call that a net win. And so we would then move into the next, we would follow the flow chart that way. 17. 10, 14, 15, 25. Okay, so I'm going to pay you back out of your loss column. I think that's the only way to do it. Paying Chuck first, there, and then paying the flat better there and there. Okay. Okay, so let's give the flat player his money back, because that's easy to figure out. Now, Chuck, here, we were here. We won. Again, we're not going to say we won 3 units. We just simply won. Okay, so now we're going into a 40% of the CLB. Well, what is our running current loss balance? I think that's what he called it, current loss balance. Not cumulative loss balance, even though it would really be the same thing. Is there an easier way to keep track of this? I don't know. I haven't experimented. This is the first time I've run the Chuck Temple. I'm going to color you. I think you can see the sun's moving a little bit. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5.5 is 1. And nothing you can do about that. So we have 5, 10, 15, 16, 16 and a quarter, 16.3, 16.4, okay? So 16.4, 16.4 times 0.4 for 40% is 6.56. Okay, so we're going to have to round that down to just 6 point. We can do it to 6.55. 6 color 5 5 right there. Okay, so you're just gonna, you don't get this. Ooh, wait a second. This was still the money you lost. You don't actually get this back. This was just shit. Did I give you any? I don't think I actually put any over there, did I? I just was messing with it all here. This is still in your loss, your CLB is, because if you lose this hand, you're gonna go. So this is just telling us what you have to put out. You have to put out 6.55. Boy, this is gonna be slow. Hopefully this doesn't happen too often, but then again, this is the stress test, is it not? Okay, 6.5 and a 0.05 is 6.55. It's about as accurate as we can get. I'm not gonna try to make a 100th of a unit. You're not allowed to, you wouldn't be allowed to do that in the casino anyway. Okay, so here we are wagering the 40% CLB. If you win, your progression is over. If you lose, you got to sort it out and do it again. So you're going to need a notepad and a pen, or be really smart, smarter than me at least. Oh, great. Well, you know what? You're not going to get paid your full amount here. The casino will round you down, and so will I. All right, let's pay this one first because that is easy. 6.55, 0.55 times 1.5. Good thing I have the calculator, huh? 9.825. So let's see. 9.5. 9.825. Well, you're just not going to get it all. You're just going to get... I could give you 9.85, but I can't break that down more, so you're going to get 9.8. 5 plus 4 is 9, half plus 3/10, 9.8. Okay? Don't make me do the 1.5 on top of it sort of deal. Please. It's hard enough as it is. All right, anyways, you completed your cycle. You did close it for a loss. I can tell you that because I kept everything separate over here. You're gonna close that cycle down. It's just adding to the time, isn't it? But that's okay. What else do you have? What else better do you have to do? 0.25, 0.3, 0.6. So you're down 6.6 units on that series. Okay? And I'm taking that all away, starting back at the top. I'm not going to show the sheet, that just takes more time. It's pretty simple to understand. Base unit, base bet, base wager, 1 unit. Let's have a look. It's not there. 11 to a 10 is a double down. 20, 20, push. You know, if we did push while we were in the sequence, I would just do like I've done in all the other systems, and it's just a repeat, do-over. Come on. 15 hits, 25. Oops, I got to keep your loss column active over here. 20. So this time you immediately jump up to 2.2. 3.2. 12, 18, 12, 18, push. All right, that's 10 hands. First 10. How long did that take? A little while. Right. What you do, I'm sorry, I forget his name right now. You can play this on double speed, or 1.5, or not. I don't care. Just watch the whole thing. And click on the ads and like and subscribe. Alright, well, always split the aces, yep. So that goes to here. And here is 2. 0.2. Those are 0.05 plus 0.05 plus 0.1 is 2. Okay, here we go. Single card. 21. 21. Not blackjack, though. Oops. 10. 20. Okay. Let me pay the single better, or the flat better first, and then... well, I need to pay you out of your loss column. Well, let's see, you won. Yeah, so you... Let me see. Oops. Here, 2.2. And... that's 2.25, and then you owe me the nickel. Okay. There. So you had you were down 1 unit in your loss column, so this time you closed out plus 3.15, no, 3.125 gain, so you kind of halved your overall loss, I guess. Something like that. Actually, close to. It'll all come out in the end. If I try to figure it out now, we will never finish. Okay, so you've reset your cycle. Base bet 1 unit. Oops, forgot to do this. 20 stands. 11, 16. You repeat your wager here. Let me put this up, marker, so that we know. $17, $15, $20. And so with that loss, you immediately go to the 2.2 and take our marker off of there. So that's 2.2. Yeah, it's a little complicated, but I think you can learn it. 13, 8, 11, 18. So you, again, I'm keeping this over in your loss column over here. So now you're going up to 4.4 right there. I keep still out of practice, so 13 to a 2 is a stand. Oh yeah, that's right. It's the other way around. 12 to 13 you hit. Or 12 to a 3 you hit. 3, 13. 6, 16. 15. Too many. So you get back your 2.2, and then you get another 2.2 right there. Different form, same value. And that closes your cycle. Now you have all the coins, so I'll need some from you eventually, assuming that you win. Does that go over there? Where does that go? You didn't get a blackjack ever, did you? No, maybe. Did you? Well, I'll have to check later. $11, double down. 18, 16, 18, push. So repeat. Oh, that's what I was trying to avoid, was having it fall over. Ace of spades. Practice keeping that the right way. Oops. 13 hits. Eight of spades. 21. 20. So you repeat your wager right there. Keep doing this wrong, but it doesn't really, like I've mentioned before, it doesn't really matter. You just get to see it a little bit early. Right there. So Chuck Temple's going back to the 2.2 right there. Let's do it right. Take a look. 14, 24. Got to put that on your loss column over there. 20. So now you are going to 44, which is right there. A quarter plus plus a 20th plus a 10th. That does it. $14, $16, too many. 10 and 20 hands now. Now you're going to the 9.6 for Chuck Temple, so that's 5 plus 4 plus a half plus a 10th. Okay. Oops. Oh. 19. Oh. Okay, well, that is, again, sorry, Chuck, but that's 4 losses in a row. Happened twice now in the first half of this shoe. Okay, so just a quick reminder, we're going back to the base unit, base bet 1 unit, looping around on our losses before we move over on the win. $12, $22. Over there. 17. And again, you're repeating the 1 unit wager. 20 stands. 14, 20, push. This helps speed it up a little bit. 18 stands. 17 wins. Oops, sorry, I should put that there. Now remember, I'm taking that not out of the, I mean, it would be coming out of the dealer tray, but it's coming out of your loss column, your CLB, your current loss balance. Okay, so let's pull this off. Okay, now we've won, so we need to see what our CLB is. I guess there, you know, I should figure that out, like after 1, if it's 2, so I don't have to count it up every single time, but I'll take a little more prep. So 5, I bet this comes out the same as last time. I don't even remember what that was. 5, 10, 15, yes I do. I think it was 16 and 0.6. Hat, no, not, yes. you see? Sorry, half plus a quarter, 0.3, 0.4, 0.5, plus 0.2, 16.2. Is that the math we did last time? 16.2? 16.2 times 0.4 is 6.48. Well, I think the last time we lose a couple here. 6.48. Oh God. Okay. Let me just make sure it's right. 5, 10, 15. 16.2. Yeah, that's right. 6.48. What do we want to do? Can we round it up, please? Oops. Again, not from this. 6.5. Okay? That's what you should want. I think that's the right thing to do. Rather than trying to make it 6.45. Obviously, the casino doesn't pay you rounds down. I think you should round up. How does that sound? Is that just me making an arbitrary decision? Shouldn't hopefully matter all that much. 15. 16. Too many. 17. Okay, so we need, this is repeating this. We are repeating that CLB. So we had 16.2 plus 6.5 times 0.4, 9.08. I'll call it, hold on, I'll give you some change. Let's call it 9.1. You could play it as just 9 if you wanted, I guess. 16, 26. So much for not losing 4 in a row. So, 22.7 plus 9.1 is 31.8 times 0.4, 12.72. So 12 3/4. There's 12. Oops. 1 is half. Sorry. Half. 3/4. Yeah, makes it a whole. Goes over there. There. 12 3/4. You are getting pretty down to it here. 1 for the flat player. Good luck. Oops. Let's see. 1, 2. That's your card. Sorry about that. Let me check. Okay, 19's going to stand. 14. Now you want the 8. Yeah? 20. Okay. Well, that's going to put you at 31.8 plus 12.75 is 44.55. Now, you know we start with 55 units. It doesn't matter for our purposes what 40% of 44.55 is as you continue to wind around in your CLB. You just don't have it. You might have it if you got to this point from a fresh buy-in. Not sure. I'd have to sit down and run and do all the math. Now remember, Chuck in Chuck's video, he says that you can survive 3 losses of the 40% CLB. It would have had to have been here, not having gone down an extra step. Well, you know, what would that be? 44.55 times 0.4 is 17.82. You might have barely been able to make it, but, you know, then you need to get on a nice winning streak in order to survive. But that's not what you have. You only came to the table with this. The discipline that you do exercise is to not spend any more than what you have to come to the table with. I'm going to just change you up there. That okay. That goes there. This is what you have left. You are coming 5 1/4, 5.45 is what you're going to try to claw your way back with. Okay? Clear? I hope so. Oh, insurance. Well, you can't afford insurance and you wouldn't take it anyways, and we don't, the dealer does not have it. 13, 18, 19. Sorry, Chuck. You busted out. Now, Chuck does admit that sometimes you will lose, which is obviously what happened here. After 28 hands, so that's just about halfway. And, didn't work out. Now, what we're going to do, we will let you buy back in. I will use this. Welcome to fabulous Las Vegas, Nevada. Means you owe us. Okay, we will collect on that. So, very quickly here, actually this should be, no, it won't be 50 units over there. So, 10, 20, 30, 35, 40, 45, 50. Okay, I know, sloppy. I don't know, there's not a lot of room here. Okay, hand 29. Starting over from scratch, I mean, you know, this is a choice you would have to make. Do you want to keep buying in and trying to chase your CLB, or you just want to start over? Okay. Uh, 19, 14, oops, 24, hey, you won. Hold on, I'm gonna give you change so that I can set that marker on there to keep track of things. Six, 14, 15, 18, 4, 14, 14, 24. Okay. I'm going to keep that marker on there so that as you go to back and forth between 10 and or 1 and 1.5, that when you come back to here, I'll still remember. Hopefully remember. Yeah, there we go. By the way, that last hand was hand 30. And just set those aside or I will forget. Okay, 18, 16, 26. I think this is your first real win streak. And like I said before, you're now going to bounce back and forth between 1 and 1.5 units. So we're keeping that there to remind us where we are. $16 to a 2 is going to stand. 6, 14, 15, 21. Oops, I got to keep Chuck's money over there. Oops. All right, so Chuck is going to move right up to 22. I'll give you some change. 2, 3, 4, 5. Okay. Ten to a 7 is a double down. So you got 22 right there. Single card. 15. 17. Yeah, I think that's what might have changed the differences in the CLB is that, you know, when you lose the double down, your CLB is going to be higher. Anyways, that was the loss at 22. So now you're going to 44. And there's 4. Let's make some change somehow. That's 0.3, 0.4, 0.5. Okay. 0.3, 0.4. Yeah. Barely have enough coins to kind of make it by swapping things around. All right. There you go. Leave you in suspense. Soft 13 hits. 13 hits again. 18. 18 push. Repeat the hand. Eight of spades. Insurance closed. 12. 22. And again, that's 3 losses in a row, 3 consecutive losses, moving up to 9.6. 9.5.6 right there. $13, 23, and again, you've lost 4 in a row. And you saw me shuffle. I didn't stack the deck. I'm not trying to prove Chuck wrong or anything like that. Just trying to run his system as I can best interpret it. I hope Chuck does see this and you know, has some comments for us. That would be nice. And maybe I got something wrong. I don't really think so, but you know, I possibly did. But I don't think, you know, the minor changes of whether you of how you know, I think I got the core of it. It's the after the 4 losses where it gets a little unclear what he wanted. But I've chosen a direction, and I'm going to stick with it. I think that's how you have to play any system. You can't just keep swapping decisions back and forth. Well, there's another easy loss. Okay, boy, I didn't think this would take quite this long. Anyway, so just as a refresher, you're here. As you lose, you just keep playing that same wager until you win. Then you go into the 40% CLB. Good shot. 20 stands. 15. There you go. So pay you back from there and there. Now you got to go into the 40% CLB, which is going to be different because we had a double down loss. So I'm not sure in a casino setting how you're going to do this. You know, maybe you just want to have some other kind of way of figuring out what you're going to do. You know, are you really going to use your CLB, or when you go, well, I've had 5 losses in a row, and even though I doubled down, you know, if I didn't double down, it would be this amount, and this is what I'll work with. You know, these are all little details that need to be worked out in a system. And so the way I've worked it out is our CLB is our true CLB, the current loss balance. Everything that we've lost in this sequence up to this point. Okay? It makes sense to me. So 5, 10, 15, 18 and a half, 18 3/4, 18.8, 19.4. Okay? So I'm going to keep that over here. I'm not going to get confused this time. Well, 19.4. I might still get confused. Times 0.4 is 7.76. I am just going to make that be 7 3/4. I am not interested in making it any more confusing than that. So, tough. There's 1 to 1. What did I say it was? 9.76. 9.75 right there. Okay. And again, we're just circling around in that base unit at the bottom of the flow chart. Let's take a peek. 13, 22. All right. What was it? 19.4 plus 7.75. 19.4 plus 7.75 is 27.15. Well, I'm going to tell you. Oh, you do have it. 20. No, you don't quite have it. 20, 10, 25, 26.2, 0.35. 26.35 when you oh, wait. Sorry. That's your 20 That is your current loss balance, 27.15. Times 0.4 is 10.86. Okay, that's a little easier to do. There's 10. 0.86 is going to be 3/4. We're going to make it 10.85. Start with this. The half. There's 0.85. I mean, look, I'm being as precise as I can be. And yeah, like I did say before, round up, but you know, that's only when I had really no other choice. Okay, 10.85, wherever you are. Oh, you're at the, yeah, you're repeating the 40, so you got into this point here. You got through that, you looped around here, you won, and now you're looping around here. You need to win to get out of it. Because you can't afford much more. You only have 5.5 left. Not giving you good cards, am I? That's 16. You don't have to hit that. 8, 10, 16, 26. You live. Okay. What did I say that was? 10.85. So 10.9. Can you see it? 10.9. Then you give me a nickel. Goes back into there. Okay. All right. So again, you've closed your cycle for a loss. But at least you're out of it. That, by the way, was the 40th hand, so we're getting close. Thanks for your patience. That's so our CLB on that progression. That's 5, 10, 15, 16.3. Okay. And now you need change. They're all there, in case it went out of frame. Okay, starting your progression over, hand 41. 14. 9. 12. 20. Repeating. Nope, sorry. Going right into the 2.2. Okay. Insurance closed. It's not there. 16 hits, 20. 18. So you're going to get, what do you got all the change over there. So let's start with this. Actually, I'm going to do a little bit different because that came out of your running loss column over there. Half plus 0.4 plus another 0.1 there. Okay, and then I gotta give you all this work. Remember to tip your dealer. If you're gonna play the Chuck Temple, you gotta tip the dealer, because they're gonna have to do a lot of extra coin management, although really kind of not. And you're probably gonna be just rounding things a lot, because you're not going to get to play tenths of units. Well, I guess you will if you're playing at a $10 table, because playing at $1. But okay, here we go. Oops. $10 to a 10 is just a hit. 17, you'll be good there. 17, push. Hey, I don't have to do anything. I don't have to move chips around. $15 stands. Split. 16. 21. Of course. Of course. So again, Chuck is going right up to 2.2. $19 will stand. 19 push. Repeat. That was hand 45. So we've made it to what we expect out of a 6-deck shoe. Got a little ways to go. 14. 9. 11. 17. 4. There's your change, and that goes there. Well, I sure hope you all appreciate this. This is quite tedious. 4.4 for Chuck. Guess how much the flat better is betting? You'll never guess. What was that? An ace. Insurance closed. Not there. 13. You want the 8, right? Nope, 23, too many. 20, you had to take the card. Okay, hand 48, we are now up back to the 9.6 level. You know what, why don't I make the change out of your CLB? That would make it easier. 4 of those, 9.5, 0.6. Right there, good luck. Oops, didn't mean to turn that over, but it doesn't really matter. Soft 13 to a 5 is a double down, so great, I get to do this some more. Start with that. There's, oops. Sorry, I almost took an extra 10. Keep an eye on your dealer. Keep him honest. Okay, There's 9, and now we need the... there's that. 0.6. Okay. You got play too, buddy. Should actually go behind. Single card is 17, 10, 12. Will that save you? It does. This single hand, doubling down on 9.6, while it won't win back to cover your marker, does go a long ways in this current, since you rebought in. I need to pay you 9.6 plus 9.6. Let's just do this the easy way. What is 9.6 plus 9.6 is 19.2. So right now your CLB back here is 7.6. 7.6. So if I could just give you 12. And 0.2. How am I going to do? Let's see. I'm going to give you 12, another 12 and a quarter, and take off the nickel, 12.2. So just make sure. 15, 19. What did I say it should be? And a half, 0.8. What? 19.2. Somehow I'm giving you too much. 19.2. Okay. So I don't know. You closed out for a gain of around 12. I lost count. Does that sound right? Please mention in the comments if I screwed it up, because I don't go back. There you go. Get out of here, Chuck. All right. Actually, no, Chuck, come back for one more hand. You reset your cycle. Base bet 1 unit. There's our cut. This is hand 49. 17 stands. 12. 22. And you get paid. And we're done. Boy, Chuck, you came up with a pretty complicated one. I think very easily proven that, you know, when you say you're not going to lose more than 4 in a row, you are going to lose 4 in a row. It's going to happen all the time. Sorry, but it does, and it will. It always will go that way. All right, I'm going to try to color you in here. Let's see. There's a 10. Oops, for those. This is also yours. 5. There's a 10. 5. 2 halves makes another 10. And 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 dimes, and a half is a single. Okay, that kind of works. I'm not gonna color him up. All right. So let's see, Chuck. What do you end up with here? 10, 20, 30, 40, 50, 1. Gain of 1. However, you had to buy in again. So that's there. That's your debt is paid off, at least. And a gain of so that's going to put you at a loss of 49. Don't have any real way to show that. Yes, I do. Right there. No. Yeah, because you lost that first one. and you had to buy in again, and all you have left is $1. Yeah, so down by 49. Okay, 10, 20, 25, 30, 35, 43.5, I think. I kind of didn't remember winning a blackjack, but maybe you did. Anyway, 10, 20, 35, 43.5 is down 6.5. So, okay. So Chuck down 49, down 6.5. Okay, that's just where it is. 49 hands. Thanks for watching, and we'll keep this going as soon as I get the time to do another one. But it was interesting. I'll say that for sure. All right, thanks for watching. Bye.